In animation, colorful rounded fabric squares converge, spiraling upward. Ability Summit.
Corporate Vice President,
morning,
Office
everyone.
Product
It's a
Group.
pleasure to be here
He
with
has
you
brown
today.
hair, glasses,
Jenny's
and a dark
comments
gray
earlier
shirt.
inspired me, and I can't help but reflect on my own experience with inclusive design. Growing up, I faced difficulties in school and often sought refuge in playing music, skiing in the mountains, or causing mischief in my hometown. Later on in life, I came to learn that I have dyslexia, which explained why I found reading sheets of music much easier than reading or writing words. This drew me toward the arts and music, specifically playing the saxophone, which grew into a career playing in bands across Europe and the United States. See, for me, unlike reading and writing, I found reading sheets of music more conducive to how my brain works. I was able to recognize the symbols and string them together relatively seamlessly to play music. This dependency on symbols, which I learned for music, also eventually translated to software development, where I was able to apply a similar technique to reading and writing code. My dyslexia became a strength, reminding me of the importance of embracing people and their unique abilities. As a maker of productivity software that assists millions of people in accomplishing their tasks, I recognize we have a responsibility to improve our efforts toward promoting fairness, equity, and accessibility for people with disabilities. It's crucial that we level the playing field and make sure everyone has the tools they need to succeed. Tools that can adapt to anyone's individual needs, abilities, and style of working. Our goal is to create software that not only works for everyone, but also celebrates what makes each of us unique, giving all of us the power to make a real difference in the world. Today, I want to share with you some thoughts on where we are on this journey. So let's take a closer look at what some of our recent enhancements in Microsoft 365 built by and for people with disabilities can help everyone focus, communicate, and create more effectively and inclusively. Let's start with the area of maintaining focus. The constant flow of notifications is one of the biggest sources of distractions in hybrid and remote work environments. This can be particularly challenging for those with attention deficit disorder. To help navigate this new way of working, we have introduced new experiences in Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Viva that help all of us maintain focus and reduce distractions. In the last year, we have made progress toward giving you more control over the distractions in Microsoft Teams.
Teams interface.
To cut down on a notification overload, you can now mute chats temporarily, delete them completely, or set them to pause during your meetings. You can also fine-tune your meeting view to help you concentrate, for example, by hiding your own video or by turning off a video of your colleague with a distracting ceiling fan. But it is not just about being reactive. It's also about planning better strategies.
Viva Insights
Microsoft
interface.
Viva Insights provide personalized recommendation to help structure and protect your time. Using the Viva Insights app in Teams, anyone can enroll in a focus plan to automatically protect daily time for focused work before their calendar fills up with meetings. By emphasizing what is essential for action and limiting the number of messages, these features provide us with the tools to take charge and feel empowered. Next, let's take a look at the way we communicate. It's vital that everyone has the tools and resources to express themselves so they can fully participate and reach their full potential. Microsoft 365 supports a variety of communication needs and preferences, but we are always working to improve and always looking for ways to make our efforts in this space more community-driven. It's not about us telling you how you should use our tools.
A meeting in Teams.
This community-focused approach is what led us to development of sign language view in Teams, live captions in PowerPoint Teams, and now Windows 11, where you can now enable captions for any audio on your system, including in-person conversations. And these are just early steps. Please tune into Deaf Culture session later in the day to learn how the deaf and hard of hearing community is contributing to technology more broadly. Another way to make communication more inclusive is to cut down on the amount of typing you need to do. This can help folks who may be dyslexic, like me, but also those who may be neurodiverse or those who may have fine motor skills disabilities. Features
Outlook
like
interface.
text prediction, suggested replies, expanded reactions, dictation, and communicating by sharing a video clip instead of an instant message. All make our products more inclusive by helping each of us communicate the way we want to. We believe that this is better than forcing everyone into the same text box experience. And finally, let's talk about collaboration. Everyone having equitable access to the same information is a prerequisite of inclusive collaboration. In hybrid meetings, content shared over a video stream can pose a significant barrier for those who use screen readers. To address this challenge, we have developed features like PowerPoint Live and Excel Live, which provide screen reader users with real-time access to shared content during Teams calls, enabling all of us to collaborate more equitably. All of this innovation is truly amazing and game-changing. But what really excites me is the work we have done to make it easier for everyone to create accessible content. Accessibility is a shared responsibility that begins with each and every one of us. With existing tools, checking accessibility tends to come at the end of the writing process. It is the last step, which is so easy to skip or not even be aware of. Contrast that to the spell checker. It tells you that you have made a mistake right when you make it. So you can not only fix it, but you can also learn from it right and do it right next time. We are on a mission to bring that level of immediacy, interactivity, and intelligence to the accessibility space. So today, I am delighted to introduce the Accessibility Assistant. It's an
Word
editor-like
document.
set of features and tools to help all of us fix accessibility issues while we create. Let's take a closer look at Accessibility Assistant with Hafsa Eizaz, the product manager who led the development of the Accessibility Assistant, and Kyle Shakmat, director of digital accessibility at Harvard, who was a key collaborator in the development of the product. Plus, we'll also see demo of Accessibility Assistant in action. So let's hear from Hafsa now.
Hafsa is wearing a blue headscarf,
excited to be here
glasses,
at the
and a
Ability
jean
Summit
jacket.
and to show you some of the work we have been doing on the Accessibility Assistant. I'm here with Kyle to talk a bit more about the
Kyle
journey we
has
have been on.
brown
with
hair
this
and a blue dress
space. We have
shirt.
been working together for some years on the Inclusive Workplace Council, which brings together PMs like me and customers like Kyle to discuss how our products can more effectively foster an inclusive workplace.
Hi, Hafsa. I'm so happy to be here today. It's been great working with you over these past few years, getting to try new features and give feedback and just explore possibilities together.
Let's take a look. The Accessibility Assistant provides a modern authoring experience that identifies and helps you correct issues while you write, just like we do for spelling and grammar. When I open a document in Microsoft Word, I notice that in addition to the familiar red and blue squiggles for spelling and grammar issues, I now get something new, a little person icon in the left margin, telling me to review an accessibility issue. When I click on the icon, a card pops up to tell me more about the error and gives me options for fixing it. In this case, the problem is with color contrast, one of the most common accessibility issues in Word. The card provides a set of similar colors with better contrast for me to choose from. It is now super easy for me to fix the issue. If I want to go further, I can click the accessibility icon on the card and it will take me to the new Accessibility Assistant pane. The new pane looks more like Editor and provides clear, plain language suggestions to help me understand what accessibility issues are present and guide me through fixing them. The Accessibility Assistant tells me that my document has 2 color contrast issues and 1 auto-generated description that needs to be reviewed, both of which that can make this document less accessible to people with vision disabilities. When I click on the color contrast category, it takes me directly to the location of the error. Once I choose a color from the card, the icon goes away and the Accessibility Assistant updates to show 1 less error. But what if I don't like the colors the card is showing me? If I click on the palette, it takes me to the color picker. As I mouse over different colors, it shows me a preview of what the color will look like in my document and tells me whether it will provide high enough contrast against the background I'm using. And if I want to get only the colors with high enough contrast, I can click the new toggle at the top of the pane. When I do that, the only colors that will show up well against my background stay visible, all still in the same familiar format, just a pared down set of options to make it easier to make an accessible choice. But what about the other error I saw in the pane? Review auto-generated description. When I click on the Review auto-generated description in the Accessibility Assistant pane, it takes me directly to the location of the error. Selecting the accessibility icon shows me the AI-generated image description that Word has created for me. In this case, the description looks good, so I select Approve. Now when someone using a screen reader opens my document, that description will tell them what the image is showing. These features are just the beginning. To learn more about how to improve your content with Accessibility Assistant, visit aka.ms/accessibility assistant.
This has come such a long way since we've started working together.
And we believe that accessible content is crucial to inclusion, and we know that you do too. But we are not perfect. What's missing from the work we are doing? Where should we be focused next?
I'd love to see Microsoft and everyone really making sure that all accessibility features are both cross-platform compatible and interoperable with each other so that whatever tool educators choose to use in the learning environment can ensure accessibility.
And Kyle, what advice would you like to give someone who is working very hard to make their organizations accessible, but becoming stalled or frustrated? What do you tell yourself on these days when the work seems so hard and insurmountable?
It's tough, but taking positive action is better than doing nothing at all. Everyone has the opportunity to take action within their own sphere of influence that can improve overall digital inclusion. For some, that might mean making improvements to document accessibility. For others, it might mean making bigger systemic changes. But when everyone is doing their parts in whatever areas they can influence, all of us working together is what has the opportunity to make really big, meaningful change for good.
Thank you, Kyle. It was so great talking with you today. Let's go back to Ales.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Hafsa, for your excellent work. And Kyle, thank you for helping lead the way. Our journey to create accessible and empowering tools is ongoing and ever-evolving. It's a journey of millions of tasks, thousands of decisions, and hundreds of products all with a shared approach and common vision. Let's continue this journey together. Thank you. And now, let's send it back to Jenny for more from the Ability Summit. Jenny?
Thank you for participating. There's more to experience. Explore other content experiences in the top navigation bar. In animation, an L-shaped curve of rounded fabric squares undulates softly.